Hi everyone. Hey, Katrina. I've been gone for a while. I've been doing a lot with my web channel. Um, I've been busy, but tonight I was watching the news coming in from like the Senate hearings and stuff on the insurrection and some other things that were happening. So I thought I'd come up and just express like some of what going on inside my head watching all of this. Um, the and then and then Liz Cheney got ousted by the GOP today as well at the same time, and like on the same day, and the big story for me right now is what happened at the Senate hearings today when GOP senators who were called to testify uh, at the hearings turned around and completely flipped from their former testimony previously that they were required to give. Now, the thing that you need to understand, what I'm driving at here is a few different things, and I hope you'll stick with me because it's kind of hard to like go from like legal concepts and then like uh, to translate them into words that everyday lay people can understand. And what I'm getting at here is first what you need to understand about these hearings is that this is congressional, and that means our branch of government, the Congress, right? Their job in all of this would take the place in a regular. Okay, say we had a regular citizen. Let's just say we had a regular citizen that had is accused of committing a crime. They would be arrested by police, and then they would be taken to jail, and they would be asked if they have anything to say, and they would either choose to invoke their right to remain silent, or else they would give their own deposition kind of testimony or deposition. Um, Either way, they usually ask you if you want a lawyer, even if you can't afford one. Most people say yes, you get one. They come to you, they visit you, they ask you for your version of what happened. And that goes into paper that's called a deposition that's filed with the court, what you said. And then you wait for your hearing and you go to the hearing and it proceeds from there. And it's based on what you said in response to what was being said about. So here we have Congress who's handling that because this isn't a regular case. This is like in the government. Okay. So Congress would be the branch that takes the responsibility of the police and the lawyers and like any investigators. So investigators, detectives, police, and the also like the prosecution. And since it's a member of government, well, he's not anymore, Donald Trump, but he was at the time. So the regular courts don't do that, because this happened when he was president. So it's up to the government to act like that. Okay. So, like, if he had just been a regular citizen that was being accused of that, he would have like a little trial that would be like the detectives investigated, the police investigating, building their case. Then he would be arrested. Then he would be taken to jail. He would be deposed. His lawyer would come and ask him to say his side of it. He would tell the lawyer would write that down. That would all go into court, and then it would all be arranged in piles for each person. Prosecution, for all the witnesses that the prosecution would be like, gaining to, like, say, "Oh, he did it," or, "We think that this is what happened," in their professional testimony or personal testimony to, like, what happened, and then there would be, like, the defense, and the defense would be able to call witnesses as well, right? In or this is the government, so long story short, it's like, this would be a little trial, and this is big because it's the government, right? And Donald Trump was a member of the government. They have to do it this way. So Congress's job is to act basically like the investigators and the prosecution lawyers, and also any defense, and of course, he would have his own lawyers in this on top of it, okay, and that too that aren't like Senate or congressional members, all right, on top of it. And then you have the executive branch, which would be the president and everybody overseeing that because they're the ones that are like the executives and they're like the bosses. They're watching what's happening. And then we have the Department of Justice or the judicial branch, this is all going to go to also for decision. Okay, but first Senate has to make their decision, right? And then the Congress and the judicial branch and the executive branch all have to agree at the end, right? So what's going on though is those doing this people like Andrew, what's his name? The Georgian rep and some others who had previously even Senate Majority Leader McCarthy, who had come out previously during all of these hearings saying, "Oh, but yeah, we see where Donald Trump, where his words incited the crowd, where he he incited them to violence. He encouraged the whole thing. At this point, these people who aren't smart enough to know any better really felt like he, as the president, was leading them to go and attack Congress in session, a co-equal branch of government. It doesn't matter if all of them had weapons or anything. They went and attacked certain members of our government by name, like Mike Pence, Nancy Pelosi, et cetera. They're hey, Mike Pence, and we're going to kill Nancy, da da da, and people were killed. So that qualifies. And all this whole time that was leading up to these hearings, people like Senator McCarthy and the senator from Georgia and other people who testified today were saying, yeah, yeah, we see where that happened. We see where that was leading up to the attack. These were people that were in there when Congress was attacked. You know, and then they turn around today and they're like, "Oh, no, that's not what happened at all." They were like a sightseeing tour. We don't think Donald Trump did anything wrong. Okay, this thing that they did today, they think is a good strategy to, like, defend Donald, who they want to reinstate in power later, right? But what they did, even though they're senators and government officials instead of just a professional or eyewitness or material witness to a case that would be done like civilly, like just a regular citizen. It's on the it hurts the whole case. It hurts everything for them to do that. It's hurting the whole process. It's hurting the whole case. It's hurting Donald Trump's case, who they're trying to protect when they go up there and recant like that after they gave their previous statements and everything was like was all in order and like tamped down and the edges were equal and everybody had theirs. And then they got up there and went that, and everybody's like, and they were expecting this, and then they got up there and went, "Oh no, that's not what happened at all." Oh, you know? That would be, like, the same thing, like, in a civil case, like, say some guy was accused of beating up his girlfriend, and he had, like, a friend saying, "Oh, no, he wasn't anywhere near her, he hadn't talked to her, he was with me for 3 whole days, we didn't see her, da da da." And they're like, "Okay, so you're gonna be our witness." And yeah, and we think he's a great guy anyway, and he really cared about her. We don't think that he would be that was like the deposition they gave the his defense lawyer, right? And they were gonna have them up on the witness stand to like say that in his defense, say. And then they put him up on the stand and said, okay, so on the night in question when the assault happened that she claims he came after her and put her in the hospital, where were you? And he was like, "Well, I was over at my mom's, but I don't know where this guy was. I hadn't talked to him in, like, 3 weeks. Last time I talked to him on the phone, he was ranting and raving about this woman that he had been dating. He called her filthy names and said he was gonna eat her her effing face," you know? After, like, everything was set out and everything had been set and all the papers had been and all the witnesses had been approved and everything like that, and then they got him up on the stand and he did that. Like, he was supposed to be for the feds, you see? And then what he just said is like, "Oh." And see, and now the court has to determine why this person would do that. Why they would go to the trouble of being, "Oh, buddy, buddy, you're my friend. Oh, no, I know that you're not lying. You were with me the whole time. I'll tell him everything. I'll tell him the whole truth, that you were with me and I'm your alibi and everything. And now I'm gonna get up," and everybody's like, "Okay, okay," and you've been in and you've said given your deposition and you signed your name to that's what happened and everything, and now we put you up on the stand and you turned right around and said, "Oh, no, that's not what happened at all. I hadn't seen the guy for, like, 3 weeks before that last time I talked to him. He was, like, trying to chase his girlfriend around, like, beat her face in." You see where this causes the problem for the court. They're like, "What did you just do?" And why that testimony that was just given on the witness stand for someone who was supposed to be a witness for the defense would like not be the judge wouldn't be able to like accept that from this witness because the witness already the judge already has in their file like the papers that he was with the guy for 3 whole days, like, previous to the night in question and on the night in question, they had not seen the woman or had any contact with her at all. So now even the judge is like, "Now I can't believe this, why would he do that? Why would he say to all of us the whole time that his friend hadn't done anything and he knew for a fact 'cause he'd been with him the whole time, and then, like, now he's saying that that's not what happened at all." You see what I mean? So this is, like, a really, really bad thing that happened today legally, and then, the GOP, uh, holding, like, spur of the moment and closed door meeting and throwing Liz Cheney out of the GOP and dismissing hosting her, voting to get rid of her for telling the truth this whole time and refusing to back down from the you know uh straight moderate expected GOP party lines and govern according to what her job is according to like facts and them like throwing her out tonight. It's a disaster. I don't even know what's gonna happen next. I just thought I'd come up here and talk about that for a little bit. I might come back later sometime and read some more poetry, but that's all I got today. I'm just like, I'm stunned. I can't believe they did that. It's a disaster. Anyway, good night, you guys.